I'm going to make a video, a rant and a rave about what I'm reading about the rules of massage therapy. And can you please pick up the dog so she doesn't bark at me throughout this entire video thing? Okay, so, sorry, dog in his lap. All right. Just the mind-boggling frustration I feel here about some of these rules. And this is the reason why I don't feel comfortable getting certified and licensed again in massage therapy. I have massaged clients my entire life from the time I was 2 years old till now. Most of my life I massaged people for free and I did not charge. And then finally in my 20s, I decided to go ahead and get a license, go to school, get the certification, put the hours in, and I did learn a little bit of new techniques that I hadn't learned before. I learned that what I did normally was deep tissue. I learned that I learned about trigger massage. I learned about actually Reiki and a whole bunch of other different techniques that I hadn't, a lot of light touch techniques that I had not been aware of. I learned about passive movement. And so there was a lot of neat things I did learn in massage school that I had not known before, so I expanded my mind. But I will tell you something. I never once, in all my years of massaging people for free, and I mean I had lots of people that I massaged at parties, at wherever, all the ways that I massaged people, I never once got asked to finish someone off. My first experience of being asked to finish a person off was when I was an actual massage therapist. And when I finished school and became my own legal person that I could go out there and have clientele, 1 out of 3 people did not ask me to be finished off. 1 out of 3. The other 2, at the end of a massage, how much more does it cost to be finished off? This was standard in the world as a female massage therapist. I don't know about the men, but for me, this was what I experienced. That, I had the professional table, I had the certification, I had the license, I had all of it. And more times than not, I was asked for the sexual experience. Whereas when I was doing it for free, then I could massage on my own terms, have conversation. And so recently, I stopped being a massage therapist, and I was wanting to make money again, away from in a way that I could still care for my mother at full time. And so I was looking into massaging people again, for money instead of just as a guest that came over as part of the treatment of just hanging out with us. Because it used to be where it just automatically, as a guest, you came over to my house, you got a massage. And then I also used to have charged people for just my time, and a lot of times part of my time was giving a massage. And I actually, at the time, did not know, and so I would say, come hang out with me, and I offered having a massage as part of the experience. Although my massages were, at that time, not traditional massages that you would get in a table. It was just sort of listening to your shoulders. And so I offered a body-mind listening session because I wasn't, after the divorce, I was not able to touch people myself. And so it was a listening session. But for me, also, touch is very important, and I feel like it's something that got lost, especially during COVID. I went from touching people to being 20 feet away from people, and so I know how much in the world there is just very little touch and how important touch is. And so I wanted to start charging for that again. And so I went into the rules, looked into the rules, and I realized, guess what? I can't charge people to massage them because I am not certified and I am not licensed. So, and all my any advertisements where I might have said massage, I apologize for that. I cannot do that. I am not allowed to charge for physical contact or manipulation of the muscles. And there are reasons. There are safety reasons, and I understand that. There are reasons why regulations were made, because women were getting asked. And so now they can hide behind the rules and the regulations, and they can say, oh, this isn't legal, this isn't certified. But I've been looking at the rules and the recommendations, and I think it's gone too far. So I was reading somewhere where that, and it's a big fear. It's the fear of the massage community of the sexual nature that's out there, because we are fighting against the fact that there is so much sex trade out there. So I understand why it's there, but in regulating too much, I feel like it's kind of become the what is it called when the alcohol was forbidden?
Become the prohibition.
Prohibition.
It hasn't become the prohibition, it's become worse.
Yes, and I feel like in a way there's even more of a money market, and there's even more of an under the table, and there's even, because prostitution and is considered illegal. Now, I'm not really personally in favor of the sex trade or of encouraging sexual touch. I don't like that. But even though I myself am not into sexual touch, I don't agree with this belief system. Like, I was reading about neuro massage, and it's body to body massage, which is illegal in many states, probably all over, I don't know. But from what I saw, it was illegal. That because the naked person to naked body massage was illegal because it encourages sexuality. A lot of places draping is considered illegal because of the sexuality. There was somewhere I read that you weren't supposed to talk during a massage. And oh my God, that's the opposite. That's the opposite of what I want to create a world where people feel comfortable talking and connecting, and it's like you sit them down in a chair and it's a conversation. And when I was massaging people at parties, it was a conversation. The massage just happened to be part of it. Now, there it was free. But I think it's wrong to say to a person like me who's not doing it for sexual ways, to say, I'm sorry, you can't charge people because you want to talk to them and you want to do it in an undraped way, and you want to do it in a casual, non-clinical way. The clinicalness is what I abhor, and that's the reason why I can't go get a license again, and I guess that's the reason why I can't charge people for massages again. And I know that there's a whole slew of massage therapists who are going to get after me for this rant and rave, because they're like, no, you should have the regulation, it should be strict, it should be, and that's, that's so funny. It's so funny because I'm one of those people who believes that prostitution should be legalized so it could be regulated. But at the same time, if they're going to regulate it in such a way where, I don't know, I guess I'm just anti-restrictions. I'm safety. I care about safety, but I believe that there's ways that safety can be done in a less restrictive way of letting people have the freedom to do it in such a way where they feel comfortable healing without all the awfulness that gets put out there with it. And I don't know, I'm ranting and raving because the only time I ever experienced fear as a massage therapist, because I was massaging people for life, all my life I've done it, the only time I ever felt intimidated or grossed out or violated or was the times that I was charging under a legal way and was certified and licensed and had that insurance and had all that stuff to supposedly protect me, and yet I felt less protected than when I had people come over as where my family was around and they were guests. And it wasn't necessarily where I was charging people. It was more of a barter of where they did things for our family, and as a return, I gave the massage as a gift. I'm celebrating the people that they came over. And I accepted donations. Apparently, donations are not legal either. So if you are a budding person who wants to pay for, and you don't want to go get a license, you can't charge them for donation. You can't ask them for donations. You can't charge them. You can't legally, if you're touching a person in any way where it's taking their muscles and moving their muscles. So I looked it up. The legal term is manipulation of muscles. So if you just put your hand on a person, technically that's okay. But it's such a fine line where it's their word against your word of, did you put your hand on them or did you do something that will massage them? And even with trigger massage is just like pinpoints where you are putting your finger on certain points, and I learned that it can be very dangerous. You can actually cause a heart attack, and there's all kinds of contraindications. That's the reason why the only massage that's technically legal without a license is reflexology, because apparently it's more difficult to harm a person with reflexology. And actually, I think cranial massage should also be fit into that, because cranial, you're less likely to have a contraindication. In normal massage, there are lots of contraindications. If they have cancer, you can spread the cancer faster if it's spreading through the body. If they're sick, you can, by massaging to a lymphatic or any kind of Swedish massage, you can make a person sicker. So there are lots of times where if a person has high blood pressure, if they're sick, if they have cancer, if they have an injury, there's lots of contraindications. So agreeably, there are safety concerns out there. But my pet peeve is in the attempt to make women more safe, both the therapist and the clients. Although I don't really see the clients I don't hear stories of clients getting abused by therapists. But it's possible, I suppose. And I suppose there are stories out there. I don't know of them. If you want, you can share your stories that you know about where clients have been abused. And I apologize if clients have ever been abused. I know that clients have been injured, so I know that you want to know that you're a therapist. But I guess overall, my whole pet peeve about the business world is that it should be an option in my belief system, it should be an option to be certified in everything. And it is up to the clients to accept business from the people who are registered versus the people who are not registered. And from the people who are not registered, you get business from them at your own risk. And I don't know where I'm going on with all this. I don't know if anybody else can more eloquently write this, but I guess I would just like to see a world where there are more freedoms of doing things that are healing, or even just in the business world where small-time business people are allowed to go out there, and yet you, as a person buying, you are doing so at your own risk. You're not with a certified person. You're not with a person who's been trained, so you are at the risk of death. Literally, of the risk of death in certain situations. So, but I think it should be up to the buyer beware kind of thing, where you want to pick, and the buyers encourage the people to go get certified, because the buyers will only pick people who are certified and legal. But I don't think the people who are uncertified should be punished for being uncertified. Does any of my rant and rave make sense? Anyways, I had to comment on here because when I saw that there was I guess the neuro one pissed me off a little bit, where naked massages are considered illegal. I think that should be a freedom and a right. If the therapist feels safe being nude, if the client feels safe being nude, if both parties feel safe, then it shouldn't, in my opinion, be illegal. And I think that I should be allowed to heal people without a license. But, all right. So, anyways, pet peeve. So I do not offer massages anymore because of that. I do still offer body listening, where I am not touching you, and I just offer listening, you teaching you how to just sit there and listen to yourself. Not physical therapy. I don't have a physical therapy license, and more this is for entertainment. So it is where if I put my hand on you, it's not to massage your muscles. Now, what I would like to do is charge for my time. I would like to be able to put my hands on people, but I would not be able to charge for that. So I would like to be able to have guests over that I could still massage, but if you're going to be hanging out with me, it's such a fine line. I mean, it's the logistics. How do you offer a service but not offer the service? So I do offer body-mind listening sessions where it is listening and hanging out and spending time listening, teaching you about and I think it's a very, so one of the things when I do put a hand on, I can hear, like I used to be able to say, I could hear the muscles and conversations of people. I loved putting my hands on people when they were talking, because they're saying one thing, but their bodies are usually saying something else, or twitching, or just holding a whole world of conversation. It's not like I can literally translate and say, oh, your muscles are saying this, A, B, C. But I could hear a person on a different level just by putting my hands on them. Can't manipulate them and get charged for it. So if I ever massage a person, you are not paying for that. I'm making that very clear. I am not charging anybody for the fact that I'm going to go over there and massage you. I am having people pay for me putting my hand just on them, simply like this, and you breathe and you feel and you encourage oxygen to come to that spot. Not trigger pointed, just allowing. Or maybe it's like a Reiki, and even Reiki, they have it where you have to be certified. So it's non-sexual, platonic, physical connection. Maybe it's just us leaning our backs against each other, or just leaning our shoulders up against each other while you listen to yourself. Or you're doing your stretches that you do. I mean, I might make a suggestion, but as a physical therapist, I'm not a physical therapist. I am not trained. I am not trained in any of these things. And even if I was trained, I would not believe in the restrictions that are out there. So I need to make sure that, and all my sessions are recorded, where I make sure that you as a client know, and that I as a person knows that you know that I am not licensed, not certified. I have some training, but not in a way where it is to keep you safe. I mean, I have the training to keep you safe, but I'm not going to be paying attention to that. I'm going to be paying attention to what's comfortable for me and what's comfortable for you, and it will be recorded so that that is clear. It is a safety thing. That's the reason why I record them, my sessions. You will be paying me for the minute that you come in and start interacting with me, for the interaction, not for the therapy. Because I am technically no longer a therapist because I am not willing to abide by the rules out there. So I don't know how to offer this other than just my time. You're paying me for hanging out with me. And make sure that is very clear. What we do during that hanging out, that is between what is comfortable for me and what is comfortable for you. It's platonic services. There is no sex trade here. Because one, that's illegal. And two, that's not something I'm comfortable with. I'm not comfortable with the sexual. I'm a sensual person. I am not a sexual person. If somebody wants to come over and get the experience of listening, yay! The entertainment of listening to themselves, yay! Yeah, so this can be done online, in person. In person, I will charge a lot more, and I will have my family around. I do not believe in having where people are have to have this clinical. You can go to a massage therapist if you want the clinical office. I am outside in the garden or at home with my family around where I am. It's for me, it's just like in the party. I'm hanging out at the party and I'm interacting with you. And you are not paying me for my touch, for my knowledge, for my being with you in terms of any legal. I'm no therapist, I'm not a psychologist, but I love listening. I am not a massage therapist anymore. I do have the knowledge still there, but you are not necessarily safe. Your life could be in danger when you come to me. And no, I'm going to say that. You are coming at your own risk. And it's all recorded. And you are going to state into the camera that you understand that you are paying me just to hang out with me. And we're going to talk or listen. And you get the years of 30 years, 40 years, however freaking old I am. Am I 50 now? I'm close to 50. You're getting the experience of hanging out with me. It's a body-mind listening session where I encourage listening of your body, my body, your body, bodies, listening. I encourage listening. It's an experience. It's entertainment. It is for fun. Hopefully some healing occurs. I'd like you to walk away rejuvenated, refreshed, enthusiastic about life. But let's clear, I am not charging for anything illegal. It is platonic. It is for enjoyment of just one's spirit. No certifications. You come at your own risk. All right. If any lawyers out there, if you can tell me any other thing I need to put in there to make it this legally safe for me and for the client, and where everybody knows the cards on the table, please let me know if you're a lawyer and you have suggestions you can make about legal terminology I need to put out there and things I need to make more clear that it is at your own risk. I accept no liability, no responsibility for any injury that occurs to you. You come at your own risk of death or of injury or whatever. Psychological injury, trauma injury, I don't know. You accept full responsibility for your time in interacting with me, just like you would with a girlfriend. So I guess I'm the pseudo girlfriend. I'm the fake girlfriend with knowledge.
You're the fake girlfriend.
Except with platonic.
I
don't know what to. You help me as an audience. Help me figure out what it is that I'm offering in a legal way. All right. Come hang out. Come spend time, and it's recorded, and it's you're helping a family out just by spending time with us. All right. Yeah, help with what to call this, other than the body mind listening session. All right. I like to be a body mind listener. I think I'm good at it. It's the no longer ah.
Your words there?
Yeah, help with
There are
words.
there.
Lots of love, everyone. I love you. I don't know. We're gonna make this work. All right, help me out, folks. Thanks. Bye. Mwah. Yeah. See, hugs should be. Do you hug your massage therapist? Yeah. No. Touch should be healing. Ah. Being with somebody should be healing. And if it's not healing, if it's not comfortable, then then you don't be with them. All right. I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Calm. Love. Ignore everything I just said and just be. Mwah. Mwah.